call the February 6th meeting to order. Okay, roll call please.
Rummel,
Here.
Desart,
Here.
Eckhoff,
Here.
Evans,
Here.
Garcia, Hinterlong,
Here.
Nero, Pojek,
Here.
Police,
Here.
Tornatori,
Here.
Yusuf,
Here.
Zay.
Here. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you. We're having some remodeling done, so we have to slum and be in a regular committee meeting room, but actually get to see everybody. It's actually nice. So hopefully by next month it'll be back up, ready to go. Public comments, Kay McKean, scarce.
Morning,
Okay.
everybody. It's starting to be High School Sustainable Design Challenge, so it's up on our website for students to start getting registered. It's the 18th, so we're pretty excited about that coming up. And we have, every year, the Regional Office of Education coordinates Teacher Institute Day. And last year, we did the Quarry and the DuPage Water Commission with one load of teachers on a bus. And this year, we're doing 2 workshops that whole day. We'll still do that. But we'll also be going to the Downers Grove Water Sanitary Treatment Center so they can see about energy conservation as well as water quality protection. And then we'll be coming here for kind of a sustainability tour of this facility so that the teachers can see what's going on right here in their own county and kind of work with their students to bring those practices to their schools and their projects. So we're pretty excited about all those projects coming up.
Hey, this sounds really exciting. I know member Garcia said she might want to sign up for it. Is there a possibility that she could sign up for it for the day long course?
Of course, there's always room for Paul.
You know me so well.
It's kind of interesting. It was, I don't know which month it was, but we had a meeting with, a phone meeting with the Champaign County, was it Champaign County, right? Champaign County about copying this project. So they're gonna send some people up to see it, to see if they can do it next year. And also College of DuPage. They had judges with us last year for the first time, and they would like us to set up, they'd like to work together to set up a community college kind of second level of this. So there's lots of things happening besides. Thanks, you guys.
We get some kind of fee, right, for setting that up with all these years? Kind of like
Yeah, wouldn't that be a good idea?
Okay, thank you, Kay. Thank you for everything you do. That's all the public comment we had. Chairman's report, just want to thank staff. Even though it's been warm out, we've got a lot of rain and a lot of snow melt, so I know we operated several of our facilities. So it's always a tough time of the year at the January, February rains and thaws. So I know we got some rain coming this week, but we should be in pretty good shape now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, in total, we took in over 40 million gallons through the whole operation of the snow melt and rain. And so thank you to the operations staff who stayed up through the night and monitored to make sure nothing more severe happened. And we're ready to go if we needed to.
Great. Thank you. That's all I have. Going to move on to approval of the minutes. Is there a motion on the December 5th minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Member Police, second by member Evans. Any questions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Move on to item 6, claims report. Is there a motion on 240490 claims, December and
Second.
January? Moved by member Desart, second by member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 7, staff reports. Any questions on staff reports? Member Desart.
7D, request
Yeah.
the use of Armstrong Park Flood Control Facility to bypass Klein Creek to construct the steam bank stabilization improvements completed by May of 2024. So my questions are, is there a cost to the county or is there a cost to Carroll Stream?
So there's actually over $100,000 savings to Carroll Stream by not needing to have a full bypass pumping system on their own. The reservoir is well placed that they can pump into the reservoir and it gravity drains out. And so there won't be any cost to the county. The only cost would be is if some of the vegetation was damaged. And if that's the case, it's in the license agreement that the village will pay for the replacement of the vegetation.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, and that's a project we actually gave Carroll Stream 500,000 for stream bank stabilization through our ARPA funding.
Okay. awesome.
So it's kind of, instead of them building a bypass, they're going to use our facility. And again, it's all gravity filled. We're not going to have to turn our pumps on and expend any electricity or anything. We hope.
We hope.
But we know, and they do know if there's a problem with flooding or anything, or at that point, it has to be cut off and we have to run the facility.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to receive and place on file staff reports?
Second.
Moved by member Garcia, second by member Desart, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Move on to action items. Is there a motion on 240484? Approval of a contract issued to Blue Line Security Group for security services at Elmhurst Corey for stormwater tort liability, April 1st, 2024 through March 31st, 2025, $12,967.50. Moved by member Desart, second by member Garcia. Any questions? Obviously, this is just to maintain our security around the quarry.
Yep.
So, okay. And this used to go through finance, but we figured since we're paying for it, we should probably cut it and
Yeah,
take care of it. So
exactly.
thank you to staff for pulling that away from them. Okay, nothing that there was anything wrong with finance. You know, we love finance, especially when they give us money, but, okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Is there a motion on SMP 4-24, contract issued to Atlas Engineering Group for on-call land surveying for stormwater
moved.
management, amount not to exceed 50,000. Moved by member Desart, second by member Police. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Is there a motion on SMP 5-24, approval of contract issued to Graham for professional engineering services for capital assessment and reserve study associated with stormwater control facilities, the amount not to exceed $165,000. Second by member Desart, second by member Garcia. Want to explain a little bit on this?
Sure. As part of our due diligence to make sure the stormwater department has the appropriate amount in their reserves for all of our facilities, obviously maintaining and ensuring our facilities are kept up is critical. Every 5 years, we have it planned to go through and do a new capital reserve study. And this essentially sets the template for our 5-year plan in our budget. Our last study was completed in 2020, started in 2019. So now that it's 2024, we're up for reviewing and renewing that capital reserve study. We'll go through a deep dive in all of our major facilities, especially our Elmhurst Quarry. It's over 30 years old, so it definitely is aging in infrastructure years. And so we do want to make sure we have the appropriate funds to replace any of those major capital needs that come out of that.
It's kind of a strategic plan for capital.
100%. Yep.
Didn't we do some pumps or something a couple of years ago?
Exactly. We purchased pumps at the beginning of this year, and those pumps are actually, we approved the contract for the installation of those pumps because of the long lead time. We purchased the pumps ahead of time, and now the contractor is under contract to start improving the electrical components for that pump replacement. But that was something that was outlined in that 2020 capital reserve study for replacement. So we knew we had to save however much every year into our reserve to pull that out and pay for this capital improvement.
And there are things, we had a pipe that failed there, the pipe that goes from Salt Creek into the quarry that failed, that rusted out. So the control center is 30 years old. That's probably something that's gonna have to be
Yeah,
new electronics or something at that point. It's gonna have to be, because remember, all these are now computer, can start. So, we might be running a little bit behind on some technology on this that might have to be, I don't want to come to you next year and say, hey, I need $500,000 for X, Y, and Z. We'd rather have it planned out and do pumps 2 years and then do electronics a couple of years and do whatever, a couple of years after that.
yeah. And the efficiency upgrades that we're seeing with replacing our electrical components are on a whole different magnitude. It's incredible.
Sarah, how many pumps do we get? 2 or 3? Because I know they were very expensive.
3 pumps, the cost for all 3 was 1.2 million. And we have them, we physically have them. We got a notice when they arrived at O'Hare Airport, and our guys went and picked them up to make sure they were offloaded at our facility and in our possession.
Okay, thank you.
We're actually using one right now in my backyard for a supplement. My neighbors are like, it shoots water about
Testing,
$3. Okay, any other questions? I've still been trying to get the passwords to turn the pumps on and stuff, but they won't give that to me. So, any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Old business, any old business? Remember to start?
Yeah, I wish I would have brought this up earlier and I apologize, but I was wondering, we all read the Stormwater Management Department annual report, but I just wondered if there's anything you wanted to highlight or spotlight on that report?
Sure, absolutely. One of the big things, and we'll actually be bringing a memo to the March committee as well for how successful the ARPA program has been for the county. Our investment was to the tune at this point of $10 million that we were graciously given by the county board to the stormwater department. We were given 20 million. We've spent 10 of that. 5 of it has gone out to the municipalities. Of that 5 million that went to the municipalities, we were able to parlay that into over 25 million worth of infrastructure at this point. And in addition to that, we've been able to take input another 5 million into stormwater infrastructure. The stormwater infrastructure specifically is really a lot of non-floodplain infrastructure. So grants out there are really hard to achieve. Most of our grants come from FEMA, and when it's not in the floodplain, not in the map floodplain, FEMA doesn't typically give grants for those projects. And so they're really of need projects in a lot of unincorporated areas to convey what we would say like snow melt events or low flow events away from homes, because a lot of those homes were getting water into their basements. And so it's been a very successful program. We look forward to a very robust 2024 of spending, or at least obligating and spending the other 10 million.
Thank you.
I know finance is very concerned about that money sitting there, thinking they're not gonna spend it, but again, municipalities have building cycles. I mean, some of them knew they weren't gonna do their projects of this year, so we know they're gonna get through that. And again, we have that ARPA money out there. Give it to municipal partners, we give it to township partners, we've given it to park district partners, so I think it's been very successful of just not hogging the money ourselves to actually using it, because we all know stormwater doesn't know boundary, doesn't know whatever, so you know what, stopping flooding, that's part of our committee, is to keep flooding down in all of DuPage County, just not our districts or our towns or whatever. So if somebody does something in Wooddale, it's gonna help many other municipalities down the line in Glendale Heights and Bloomingdale and, you know, Naperville and all that. So in Carroll Stream, it's all gonna help people down the line. So
And as I recall, we don't have to spend the money until the end of 25, right?
That is true. We have asked in our agreements with our municipal partners, we've asked them to spend their funds by 2024. So if they are not
Again.
going to spend them, we'll claw it back and put it into stormwater infrastructure locally.
Gotcha. Thank you.
okay. Any other old business? Any new business? Hearing none? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
By
So moved.
Wojciak, second by member Evans, all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.